Hello, everyone. Hello, Thop people. Hello, happy people. I'm very glad to be part of this Thop conversation and host and be the host today. A warm welcome to all. Hello, Vijayendra. Hello, Thop team. A very good morning to you. Good evening, Shravan sir. So let me share few things about our Vijayendra. So Vijayendra is a retired software engineer and a life hacker. Is on a mission to make holistic, healthy lifestyle a norm and help people in aligning their ikigai or swadharma for all working class people. Like recently, a few days back, few of our topis met Vijayendra in a Chinna Shodha Yatra. So this talk is to connect the excitement of Vijayendra and the team Topisel and the energy we are creating, and we are going to create together. And we are hosting this talk and a top conversation to make it a better conversation in the upcoming days. While this is the time to present our story presentation. A story of the past, a story of the present, a story of you, a story of me, a story of us, our story. Welcome to our story, making the impossible possible. Vivika, can you share this? Please? Let us get started with our invocation by Apurva.
Thank you, Nikhil. This is who we are. We are a team. Talented, energetic, astonishing mindsets. We can do anything and everything. We talk, we care, we respect each other. We see beauty in everything. We are connected by hearts and driven by values. We celebrate each other. We provide value to each other. We take ownership in everything we do. We have freedom to make mistakes. We learn as we go. We are mad to make a difference. We love disruptive ideas. We make impossible things possible. We are strong to question the creation. We believe in dreaming big. If we do not dare to dream big, are we really living? Why be ordinary when we can be extraordinary? We should be driven by our goals, not by egos. We can do it, we will do it. Let us not hope for the best. Let us be the best. This is who we are.
Thank you, Apurva, for powerfully reciting our invocation. Your cute and graceful voice made our invocation more impactful and powerful. Stories. Stories are those invisible frames that form the basis of the way things are perceived in this world. You might have heard many discrete, distinctive stories from your parents, grandparents, friends, books, and of course, movies too. I repeat, discrete, distinctive stories because they just talk about only one or two phases of the individual lives. But as humans, we crave to experience the hidden magical conspiracies of the universe to make who we are today. Thus, here we are today to give you the experience of our holistic divine journey of achieving big dreams, a journey that marked its revolutionary start 4 years ago back and is now passing on the legacy of striving to be in the top, not 0.001% of happy people. So, are you ready to experience a heavenly metaphoric ride of our journey, our story, in the form of a murmuration of these adorable starlings? Violet, let's start. Over to you, starlings.
Hola, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good like always. Nothing much. How are you?
Awesome.
How is it possible that you always seem super energized and lively every time I meet you all?
Ha ha ha. Let me tell you our story.
Ha ha ha. Let me tell you our story. Our story of fantastic murmurations. Our team of vibrant, enthusiastic, like minded super starlings who want to be in the top 1% of euphoric, high spirited, happy birds. Starlings who want to extend their wings to explore the limitless sky. Super starlings who are a beautiful exemplification of serendipity. A flock that flies with love, floats with compassion, leads with passion, and lives with gratification.
Wow, a murmuration? Where is it and what is it about?
It is right here, embedded in everyone, but very few embrace it. Our top murmuration is the embodiment of incredible values, a powerful mission, and a breathtaking vision to change the world and be the change we want. It is not possible alone. It needs a huge support system, an ecosystem to express, and a culture to live in.
Yes, we all strive to live our values of assigning each other to fly and reach our desired destinations, our goals, and our big dreams. We are a team of servant leads who outwork everyone in the team and give our best to provide the value to others. We fly in a decentralized web of heart to heart connections, which forms a strong foundation of our unity. We are independently dependent on each other. Our commemoration embraces starlings of different colors, different size, and different ages. We believe every super starling is unique and beautiful in its own way. We admire each and every bird in the flock, irrespectively of all their odds. As a distributive team, we rise to tremendous heights with the strong belief in our minds to make the impossible possible. We are passionate to explore across all stream peaks, streamless seas, script deserts, and flora springs. Our murmuration also include birds from various species. We believe that interaction with new birds every time brings in a new energy and open the doors to make miracles happen. We are very grateful for every moment they have been part of our flock and giving us an opportunity to provide value to them. Every bird from out of the flock tunes in with our songs. That is the magic of our ecosystem.
Each and every bird has a unique skill set that is owned with art. Learning is a continuous process in the flock. We rise up every day to learn something from the world. From, a, from an ant to elephant, everything is a teacher too for our ever learning mindsets. Learning is always interesting with our super starlings. We learn together with the ultimate resources accessible in this universe. We transmit our knowledge and acquire energy, and we assist each other to become the best versions of ourselves. We persist to fly. We fall, but we don't look at the ground and say it's impossible. We look at the ice sky and say we will make it possible. Every obstacle is an opportunity. What is the worst possible scenario? We might end up learning something new, experience the reality of life. We are grateful for every starling that triggers the change in our life, every chance that enriches us to give our best to the world, and every moment that makes us shine as a super starling. Gratitude is a driving force that attracts the whole universe. Gratitude towards each other enables us to fly in harmony. We care for each other. Each starling happiness matters. We are empathetic towards each and every top starling who is on the path of disruption. As a team, we float with unwavering entropy of emotions. Yes, compassionate we are.
Wow. But how do you manage to have so much positivity and the right mindset every time? Don't you have low days? Is your emotional state always happy and inspired?
Well, it's all because of the platform which we created to express ourselves. Thop University, the platform which gives space to each and every super starling in us, vulnerable starling in us, excited starling in us, learner starling in us, grateful starling in us, and whatnot. We believe that every one of us has our own way of perceiving things, experiencing them, and expressing them. Thorpe University is an umbrella of the wild and colorful range of our Thorpe starlings. Every day at 7 p.m., the flock gathers together, settle down at their comfort, and get transported to the world of expression. We proudly call these gatherings Top Obsessions. Whereas Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and Sundays at 9 a.m., we have a guest bird either from our murmuration or from different murmurations, expressing themselves and sharing their wisdom to empower us with their life experiences. We proudly call them Top Talks and Transitions. But
But Do you think that every starling is going to carry this positivity and feel good emotion all through the day?
Good question. We may not carry the feel good emotion for the whole day long, but it's our intent to tend towards positivity. Look for inspiration within our flock, and that's where our top podcast, our pleasing and soothing syrups of the flocks come into action and lit up our moods on our emotionally down days.
Soon, we are also going to create another platform called Thop Publications, where we want to give space to each and every starling to come out of their comfort zone, get inspired to inspire the world with their art of chirping, but this time in writing. Again, this idea is going to be pursued by two of our young, aspiring, ardent starling entrepreneurs.
Huh. This is an amazing way of building and strengthening connections between flocks of not only of our mindset but of different mindsets too. I noticed it that every activity you do has the same set of core values followed by every starling, and this is certainly creating a brand of your flock among others.
That's true, though. Starting from our top tops to our top monthly celebrations, we are carrying our ecosystem, our values, and our top culture everywhere. We admire our culture so much that now it's part of our every cell of every super starling. We just don't exist, we coexist. We live every moment to the fullest. Every day is a top day of excitement. Just imagine compiling all our proud achievements and memorable days and celebrating them. We fondly call it top monthly celebrations.
Top monthly celebrations? What is it actually?
Starlings love to fly in the sunset sky, but we, being a disruptive murmuration of starlings, love to not only enjoy the sunset skies of all days, but also acknowledge each and every moment. We fly higher and higher in the sky. We love to celebrate each and every accomplishment of our super starlings, be it small or big. It has now become our monthly routine to gather on the first Sunday of every month and spread the happiness of our fellow starlings. Success. The top monthly celebrations not only lauds the achievements but also celebrates birthdays of every super starling. Okay, starling, bye for now. Let us meet in the top city.
Hey, what is this top city? This is such a noble thought of celebrating each other's success. I am astonished by the way unrealized and priceless happiness you are creating in this world. Top Murmuration is definitely going to leave a mark in this creation.
Okay. So, brand. Brand is not a tag that a murmuration or a flock strives to create. It's the expression of emotions that a murmuration makes you feel, which eventually leads to the creation of the brand. It is the impact we strive to inspire the world. It is the ecosystem that every starling in the world desires to live in. It is the culture that persuades them to be the best version of themselves. And it is the value that brand creates to every day that brand adds to that brand adds every day to our lives, which in turn creates the brand itself. Our top brand is humble yet powerful way of expressing ourselves, expressing our top culture. uh, by the way, the word top was born from local Telangana dialect, which simply means out of the world. Whatever we create in this world, be it individually or being part of Top family, or as Topicel family, or as the aspiring CEOs of Top companies, will come under proud Top brand. Every move is disruptive. Every action Every action is revolutionary. What else does the world need? Our flock of hearts is incomplete without our parents, our support, and our extraordinary mentors, the torchbearers of our spectacular moves. Hey Starlings, this is about our Top brand. You can experience more in our Top City. Let's meet in Top City.
Hey, tell me about Top City. Why are you flying away? Okay. I'm awe-inspired with the way you pamper and respect each and every starling of your memoration. I can clearly see a bigger picture of the world you have been creating for 4 years. This would not have been easy, isn't it?
But guess what? When we are signed up for bigger things, we tend to see the rest of all things from a bird's eye perspective. Then, naturally, our personal challenges seem tiny in front of ambitious goals, set, which we have set for ourselves as a murmuration. Indeed, we are on the path of serendipity, and this is a pulsating journey of defying the laws of nature while defining nature itself. Do you want to know about Thop City? Come, let us meet all the starlings in the Thop City.
But what is it and where is it? I'm curious to know more about Top City. But every starling is flying away.
Wait, I'll take you to Thop City. But before that, this is not only our journey, but this is our 4 years of hard work. This is our Top Ideas of Disruption book, where we compiled all our disruptive ideas. We are working on it and we are working on it and we'll reach 110 ideas soon. These these are our top accomplishments. Some were super successful, some sustained, some did not even sustain. But who cares? We are we are happy for what we have accomplished and we are ready to accomplish more, learn more, explore more, and experience more. Starlings, now I'll take you to our Top City. Top City, designing our own world. A revolutionary idea to design our own world, our own city, our Top City. But wait, first of all, why do I want to design our own Top City? To disrupt the way cities have been assumed, to disrupt the way cities have been built. Yes, our city. A place where our homes are our laboratories and our colonies are our test beds. And manifest a decentralized web of networks, where we want to devise an ecosystem and spread our Thop culture all around the world, where we want to fabricate our own Thop university and be lifelong enthusiastic learners, where we want to create our own currency and be financially untied to pursue our big dreams, where we want to make every moment of life special and be a stress free bee, where we want to spread our wings and fly high. You might think, is this even possible, or are we nuts to envision such a heavenly picturesque of our future? Yes, we are mad to make a difference. We want to be seamlessly obsessed by making our Thop City possible.
What a beautiful place you have. I could see drone systems, sustainable environment, and many more. I would love to join Top Journey and also Top City. Thank you so much, Starlings, for introducing me to this beautiful memoration. I learned a lot from you all today. Blown away with your ever-learning mindset. All the best, young Starlings.
Wow, Starlings. That was a lucid presentation by Thop Murmuration. But what is this murmuration? Who are these young Starlings? This is who we are, Team Thopisel. We are these young Starlings striving to touch sky high limits, dreaming big, making the impossible possible. And this is our story. And let us end the presentation with a video. Please play the video, Vikram. Thank you. Signing off, Team Topicel. Now the stage is open for the comments. Vijayendra.
Can you all unmute yourself and let us clap?
I think, yeah, we should.
So Vijayendra, do you want to give some comments about this? We would love to hear them.
Yes. I want to reflect back what I've understood, just to first get your feedback, saying that at least I've understood this, and then we can discuss further as to. So what I've understood is, so far, I think some of the so the video sums up. There is a culture behind this that is the core of this thing, and based on that, as and when the requirement had spawned out, a university and the city and the different aspects of circular economy and the publications and the talks and the celebration, monthly celebration, all of this has spawned out of the fundamental culture, if I've understood it correctly. And
Perfect.
From and then the other thing is, what I liked about it is a beautiful transition from regular state to the rest of the state is through invocation. That is when people are called into a new state, because you have to deconnect from the regular to come to the amazing. Somehow you have to do that. Now we can't go to the forest. So invocation is doing that job. So I have a few doubts about it. I'll go to that later, but now that's what I understand. And the other thing is, there is a clear understanding of the visible and the invisible stakeholders on which, just though there is a culture, there's an invocation, but the practicality is you should understand the different stakeholders maps. So sorry if I'm using the regular terms, I'm using the terms that I know. But it is the real people or ideas or institutions that are sitting, which are directly or indirectly connected to affecting or get affected. So that is parents, mentors, students, the organizational institutions, that is your college or perhaps college in this case, and then or university, and then there's this government sitting behind which there is a policy maker, and there could be beyond. This I understood as the kind of stakeholders that is very closely connected. Maybe there are more. So.
Can I, in the stakeholders, you got about the stakeholders, but it is really parents, students, and mentors.
These are the key.
That's the key.
If they hold together, they will have to work around if there is an obstruction, the managers, the institute and the government is something that you have to handle. The team is this. That's how I think. So perfect.
Yes.
So, okay, so that is itna to I understood. Okay, good.
Yes,
so
perfect.
Based on that, I love the idea of the city, because it has to be, and all that is aligned, because I told retired software engineer, but my definition of retirement is different than others. I would like to share that, because I think it will, because I have done that, I think at least I have the eligibility to talk about it, and it has not been easy. So I think it takes some effort. So I think that will make a difference, or it add value to someone for whom it will strike a chord. But yes, I think it will add a value to all the students, I believe, because I was not exposed to that kind of thinking. It took me a journey. I don't want others to go through that. We have already dug a well. People should come and drink whenever they are thirsty. We don't want everyone to dig a well. ప్రతి ఒక్కడికి బావి తవ్వడం మొదలు పెడితే ప్రపంచం ముందుకెళ్ళదు. తవ్విన వాడు పారే వాళ్ళకి. So anyway, so that is so this is what I think I understood about this thing. So there are deep Gamaldi. I have to go into the video once again, like what exactly the cultural aspects and why like this, and Adi I have to go through that. I will look at it and come back. I will have a few more questions after absorbing this session. I'll come back to you and bug one of you or some of you, I don't know whom, but yes. So that is there. So does this kind of, this seems like another thing that, before moving into question answers, this seems like something that is set up within the system and trying to, from inside out, outside in, from bottom up, like from students onwards, trying to empower people that within the system you can have your own mini universe where you're taking the good out of that and not getting affected by the not very important aspects, not very positive influences. You are building something of your own. So you're not deviating from the system. It is, and this thing, that is something I subscribe to, because that is something that is scalable today. Because ideal states reach through transition states. So atla undali. So because overnight nothing will happen like that. It will go through some transitions, and we cannot control how many states, how many times, because a lot of aspects, macro, micro, a lot of things play, and life aspects when play out. It is good that I think personally you have taken that approach of being in the mainstream in this thing. So you can completely start an alternate university as well. Some people have taken that. Some extreme steps are needed sometimes. Those are different interventions. I personally subscribe to both. Then this is more scalable, because today if you do this, someone will get inspired. Tomorrow all universities can do it. All universities, all colleges can do it. ఒక చోట కష్టమై 4 ఏళ్ళు 10 ఏళ్ళు పట్టినా కూడా నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకో 100 రావడానికి maybe it will take a year.
Right.
So this is what I understand.
We think this can even be done in just an apartment complex. So it is not needed to be a particular university or something. It even can be done in an apartment complex. So first of all, great job, Vijayendra. I don't know how old are you? I think you're very, very young.
You can round it off to 40. I'm a little less than that.
Okay.
Because my wife calls me 300, so anything less than that is I feel younger.
Perfect. Yes. I mean, really brilliantly, understood and communicated. We are really glad that this is a presentation that was done by one of our young people, Vivekta, who you see there. She's, raise your hand, Vivekta. Raise your hand. You know Vivekta, right? Yeah. So Vivekta is the one who we had to write our 4-year journey in. First time when we did this journey, it took us 2 days, 6 hours. It took us to present our journey, and then slowly it took us a whole year to get it down to 1 hour. And then someone calls us, one of our alumni calls us, one of the mentors calls and says, "Can you do it in 30 minutes?" And we are like, we spent 1 year to get it down to 1 hour. And we are like thinking, how do we do it in 30 minutes? It was like completely impossible, right? Because we just didn't know how to do it. And then Vivekta one day comes up and says, let us change the entire format. And she comes up with a completely different format. And that's how you have to do it. Because the original format which we went with, we tried to make it as efficient possible over 1 year, and got it down to 1 hour. And that method was not going to be, it's not possible. And then Vivekta came up with that. So that became 20 minutes. So that is what it is. And we are glad that you understood what that is. Any other people who want to give their thoughts? Rajeshwar, do you want to give any thoughts? Thank you, Vijayendra.
Yeah, just checking. Apura, am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, first of all, I joined 6 minutes late. I was caught up with something. I don't know if I think I haven't missed much. Yeah, I like the energy and the enthusiasm. I met Nikhil, Vivekta, Apurva in a Shodhayatra in Palestina. I'm sure some of you know.
Yes.
So they gave me an intro in the trip, in the 3 days interaction, that there is a structure of senior graduates or alumni and current students. I loved the structure, and now I got to know a little more about it. I always believed in mentorship, and then who has walked the path can guide the students, the juniors better. I really loved it. I think I know very little bit about it, but I've been thinking, okay, I'm a graduate in mechanical engineering from SC University Tirupati. So this is something which I've been wanting to do for my college. I don't know, I'll talk to some of you privately to see how to take this forward and probably adopt there. But I was so happy to be here, fresh Sunday morning with a lot of energy and enthusiasm from so many smiling faces. So okay, I'll hang on and see what happens. Right? Thank you so much.
Sure. And Rajeshwar, we are actually, we believe now we are at a place where we are we can help many others, and we have a system which I think is possible to help. So we will, you can talk to Nikhil, Apurva, anyone can help you. We have a decentralized system. Everyone knows everything. There is not one person who knows only this person. So we think we can really do that now. Really looking forward to getting to know you as well. So hopefully you will add your energy and your thoughts to our team.
Sure. Right. Yeah. Sure. Definitely. Thank you.
So the Nikhil, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So do you want to take it to the next step?
Yeah. Yes. Sir.
Yes.
Vivikta.
Thank you, Nikhil Anna. Well, that was so sweet of you, Vijayendra Anna, for we have given this presentation to many people, and వాళ్ళు అర్థం చేసుకునే లెవెల్ వెళ్ళే అండ్ మీరు అర్థం చేసుకునే లెవెల్ అయితే ఓ మై గాడ్ ఎస్పెషలీ అబౌట్ ద ఇన్వకేషన్ the thing which you told transitions అన్నట్టు oh my god that was so amazing because we think like that and మా సిస్టమ్ లో I mean మా ఈకో సిస్టమ్ లో కొన్ని రోజులు ఉన్న తర్వాత you will understand the difference, okay, but without that only you just really understood. And thank you so much Raj garu for taking time and attending and adding your energy. So like SV University gurinchi we have an idea, we'll present it right now. 1 minute, I'll share. So I would like to quickly run through our current and future projects. As you have seen and as you have already seen and heard about most of them in the presentation, I would like you to look at this slide, which has all of our current projects and matter. So like Thop talks, Thop obsessions, town hall meetings, transitions, Terabyte project, and Orient Business Services. Thop strategic planning team, Thop talks strategic planning team, Colonius Queen. Then Thop quotes, our story presentation, Thop monthly celebration, Thop companies, 100 crores by the age of 30 mindset, Thop Insta team, Thop gratitude team, Thop ideathon, and Thop YouTube team. So like any teams and the energy of all these teams when it comes together, we form the Thop cell. Next, coming to our future slide. So our future slide, like coming to our future slide, Thop obsession calls are our foundation through which our expressions are captured. Along with that, every individual is becoming emotionally stronger and stronger with these daily interactions. Like it was all due to your questions regarding our plans, Vijayendra, on expanding and extending the support of our platform to others, which led to beautiful ideas like these, which we came up just in the past 1 week. Okay. So first is we are planning to write a proposal to Amrita University, Bangalore, on introducing the ideas of Thop cell to them and assisting them to build one such in their college too. Followed by that, we would do the same to York University, Canada too. And like Raj sir really wanted to do this, so I think we can extend our ecosystem in SV College too. Then secondly, coming to our Thop, like we have two of our young starlings like Nivi, whom we fondly call Dr. Self-Love, and Shivani Akka, our gratitude goddess, have started their respective sessions of calls with a US-based company called Pediatric Holistic Wellness. And we are expecting many more companies to join these sessions in the near future. Third is we are going to propose our Thop books to be the potential festive gifts to the employees of companies as a part of CSR contracts with them. So yeah, thank you so much for patiently listening to me. Now Vijayendra Anna, like మేము చాలా మాట్లాడేసాము ఇప్పుడు మా గురించి, మీ గురించి కూడా చాలా తెలుసుకోవాలని అనుకుంటున్నాము. సో లైక్ హూ ఆర్ యూ, మీ గురించి, మీ జర్నీ గురించి కెన్ యూ ఎక్స్పాండ్?
So 1 second, Vivikta and Vijayendra, your messages really, I think, subconsciously sparked these ideas. When you said you wanted to know our future, everything, we have been thinking about the future for many years, for years. We just didn't know how to even think about it, how to go forward. But when we saw your sentences, your excitement, I think it suddenly opened up thoughts and ideas which we were not, which were there, I think, which suddenly showed up in our face. And we got clarity that, hey, this is how we should go for, towards the future. So we do want to thank you for your sentences, for the way you interacted with Nikhil. Nikhil passed on all the statements which you did to us. So if you said anything supposed to be private, it's no longer private. I just want you to know, it is all public. So we just got inspired by that. So thank you for that, Vijayendra. So now it's all you. We want to know about you. We really want to know about you.
So, yeah, I think it will give a context. So I'll tell a little bit about me and then move to some questions. And some of these words that you've spoken, like pediatric holistic wellness and all of these things, before I get into even something about me, one thing I've realized by meeting people like you, and I'm now surrounded with some human effort. I've put some effort to surround myself, but otherwise, some things otherwise were coming naturally, but now I put some human extra effort to surround myself with people like you. And one common thing I've seen with this kind of people is they're from the inside out, their thinking inside is kind of the same, but they're doing different projects, different kinds of efforts in this thing. So whether we know it or not, this universal brotherhood or whatever they call it, there is something beyond this thing that has downloaded this need and strong desire and that intention to do and that conviction, which is happening somehow magically, and it is happening to several people like this. Not everyone. A lot of people may, if I can use the word mainstream, are not tuning into that. So whoever is tuning in, so we are all not in it we are all in it together. So that's one thing. If I say, so I am one of them. So I'm glad that I'm one of them, and I'm happy to be surrounded with people who are like that. So otherwise, I'll tell one thing that I think recently, I think I coined it and recently is, ఒక్కడే చేస్తే పిచ్చి, 10 మంది కలిసి చేస్తే కొత్త పద్ధతి. So because people called me pichi, I came up with this thing. So that's why I took human effort to surround myself with people like that. So that theory I knew, that surround yourself, your average of 4 people, this thing. So having said that, so you guys don't need the hope, but someone who probably would listen to this, I'm just telling you, no one is alone. Whether you are from whichever country, wherever you are, if you tune into your natural self and the nature, that you're part of the nature, you will download the same information. You are not alone. So be confident, move on, and people will join. So that, having said that, so I was trained as a computer science engineer. So I did my master like anyone else. I come from a background of both my parents are doctors, the kind which are purely service oriented, and they come from a central government background. So it is a service based, the service is service based, and they are from a medical profession. So born, bred, raised around these circumstances. So then I was given a choice to become anything. I chose engineering. Now I know why, but then that was, and then I went to CBIT, did my engineering, and then I did my master's in US. I was choosing things out of their challenge, which was most challenging for me, because all my life I was at my home and just was a day scholar. So I chose going to a different country, living separately on my own would be. So I was choosing things because I got a campus placement, and that was fairly well placed, and it was one of the good ones. So like that, then I chose a career in computers. I mean, like after my masters, within my masters, I got my research assistantship, and parallelly I did 4 other jobs, and all of them I did officially. So I got the professors or the people to pay me, and during the holidays you can get 40 hours and you can get paid anything, right? So I used to get them back paid. Somehow I used to manage. Initially for the first semester, I used to just I worked for the cafeteria, and then I said no, I want to do something else. And then I went on a rampage. I got a research assistantship, teaching assistant. All of these things came. So I negotiated my way through converting them into payments, others through international conference participations, and this and that and things. And some I passed on. So I was taking up things which are tough for me. Just thought, let's do the tough things first, and easy things anyways we'll do. That was my kind of thing that was driving me. Same is the case with how I picked my career. Everyone said HR is difficult and automation is further difficult. I chose enterprise SAP HR as my domain, and then I jumped into it. And I did fairly well because it's a small community and it's very difficult to get in and stay. And it is a complicated thing because usually this happened through big programs. And it was fairly complicated, at least for me. For me, it was challenging, and none of my university guys were picking it up as that career. So we thought within my batch, then I did fairly well, and I lost the challenge. So I left everything, came back to India. I said, like, now I have to go back to India. My Gurukul period is done. Now I'm ready. I started 3 dairy farms, like just for the sake that it will employ someone and we will get some fresh food. At that time, I was no holistic, nothing. I was a Western guy. So, and then that was my journey. And then then ups and downs happen in my life. And finally, I closed down all of them. And then I moved to Australia. And then I worked again as a software guy there. And then finally, then traveled across when I was a bachelor, and then got married. And with my wife, she was willing. So we traveled again the world. But by then I had figured out that health and education, within that, empowering people to do what their meaningful work is. And with that, and within health, lifestyle, that is the key, and routines and habits, that is the key. Because these two I had experienced personally in my life. Then I realized the theory behind it. So I thought this can be this, and I enjoyed my life. And I did everything out of love, both for the contribution and for health. And people around me were asking me, looking at the output, and they see this 8 packs and all of these things, huge weight loss and all. They want outcomes to be given, like in how many days, how many kgs. I was like, I don't know all that. I said, lifestyle change, if you want to do, I know that. I can teach you because I know exactly that. I did that. And I did it out of love, not out of any compulsion, not out of any fear or trying to hit a goal. And it is a progressive journey because you're doing out of love. You love the journey, not just the outcome. Outcomes are milestones, and you keep doing the rest of your life. No one took it. At least the people that I told didn't take it because they wanted some outcome in some days. I said, like, whoa, there are specialists, you can go there. So all of these experiences, with the same with respect to education, I found out there is something called cognitive disabilities, and there is neuroplasticity. You can train to become, you can pick up any skill. And so that had another ups and downs, the journey of it is a taboo or a stigma. And it's like, if someone wants to really excel and become holistic in their own life through at least cognitive skills, it should not be taboo. It should be treated with respect. But that was not the case. So I said, and from that new cognitive disabilities, I moved to cognitive diversity, and then to meaningful work, purposeful work, then to Ikigai, and then to Swadharma. Same is the case with the health. I started from Western system of looking good in the mirror or this thing, to then you can stop physical aging through exercise, then to regeneration, you can then to disease prevention, disease reversal, and then to holistic health by Sushruta. So because I was looking for something that is based on time-tested, timeless principles, and then interpret it in such a way, because I am enjoying that, let us share that to my family and do it in a systematic way, so that families like mine, they can also celebrate that in that journey that is going on. And that is what is happening, I think. And other thing I said is my kind of retirement is different. And why I said I was a life hacker is because through all these experiments and all of these things from my childhood, what I realized is people can have freedom of work, freedom of place where they want to work or live, and freedom of time, whom they want to meet, when they want to meet, and freedom of people. who they want to work with or live with. Everyone, and I, after executing that for years in different circumstances, I realized that everyone can do this, but it's just that first you have to believe you can, and then you can slowly figure out this thing. So that is my retirement. So I am active in the sense that I'm doing the work that I like, with the people that I like, when I like, where I like. This meeting is one other example of that, and I wanted to share that with people. If I can do it, anyone can do it. This much I am sure. So this is through that approach, that is why I call myself a life hacker. And it's not easy, because once you do it, it's very easy. You want to join someone along, it is someone that you love and care for, and someone you see suffering, whom you care for, and they can do it much better than you, and they are not, and they're suffering. Then it becomes not a very easy thing to look at or be part of. So things like that. So this has been my journey, personal, and then what I'm trying to look for my mission. Long drawn, but I think I am not prepared like that as you guys are. So I was not able to present as poetically and storytelling way, but this is what it is. I think this is what came to me.
Thank you, Vijayendra. Can I ask you 2 questions? I have 2 questions. I have a lot of questions, but I'll go with 2. Okay. First is, what is love?
Okay. So I will give in my context what I meant, for example, right? So with respect to physical transformation, I'll tell you. I got a book called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. It is about affirmations or mantra, if you call in our way. So I just wanted to experiment it. So I didn't have any relationship with my body. I ate based on my tongue and mood and availability. So tongue, mood, availability drive it, and affordability depending on. And then with my exercise, physical movement also, I didn't have any relationship. And essentially, but when I read this book, from what I took from it, I said I should, both the food, movement, and body, I should have a relationship of love, I realized. And then my affirmations were like, I love my body, I love to take care of my body, and I eat what I love to eat. I never overeat. I love to take care of my body, and exercise is one of the great ways of doing it. I love to swim. I really love to swim. So and some more. So this is when I say love. So there was unconscious. There is no relationship that I built consciously. My relationship of love is in the English words only. I had my affirmations. This. So when I love my body, I look at it in the mirror. I would say that at that time I was like this, but I still with conviction said I loved my body, and I was seeing myself as I wanted to see it. So that for me was love in terms of affirmations, saying what I aspired for as in the present. This is in this context. But every time I'm eating my meal, I didn't overeat just because I loved that food. If I overeat, the part after that is painful. It will take the joy out of it. So that's why I ate all the things I loved. So every meal of mine became chosen as, every time I saw my plate before eating, naturally what happened is I love my life, because looking at the plate used to get excited, because it used to have ice cream, all those things. Slowly it became more natural and more this thing, and I didn't plan on anything. But the same thing I was saying, I love my food, I never overeat, but that thing, it turned into this thing. So that is what, when I mean love, this is what I meant, this doing it out of that liking and pure loving. And gradually it happened. I gravitated towards learning more about it or hearing more about it. My perception became sharp for that. Atla, this is what my meaning of love in this context was.
Thank you. I had a second question, but I think you answered it without me asking you the question. So it is really, I'm really excited to know you. I was just telling Nivi this, just before the call, Nivi, saying, I'm going to take really good care of my health. I ate anything what I wanted. I did whatever I wanted. But lately, for the last several months, I've been thinking I'm not energetic as I was. My energy has been going down for the last couple of years. So I was just telling her I'm going to start really taking care of my health. I want to bring back my energy. And you know what? I'm talking to you. So maybe, it is meant to be that I need to get some suggestions from you on how I can bring my energy back again. So I'll talk to you offline
For sure, for
and
sure.
see how we can make that happen. I hope you will
And
help
now
me.
I have my mentors. Now I have my mentors and gurus. I'll directly connect you to them. I might be telling you long, but they will tell you like now there is a beautiful this thing. Yeah, sure.
Wow. I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to having an offline conversation with you about this. Thank you. Thank you so much, Vijayendra, for your thoughts. I mean, you're such a young person, and the things you have done. Totally, I'm really, really excited. I'm really happy.
Thank you. Thank you. So I have a few doubts, and can I go ahead and ask?
Yes, Anna. Yes.
So the thing is, if not in this call, in general, I want to understand the whole story of how you came about with this invocation. There is a reason behind it, I'm asking, and the reason why I connected to this thing is, Jonathan Fields is one of my mentors who has taught me a few mentors, other mentors also. Any idea can be converted into a revolution. So, but the thing is, you have to do the deep analysis for this, and Ninadam, there's a lot of revolutions that happened. Even if I can say so in this audience, Jagadguru Shankaracharya also ran a revolution which is active today, but he is not there. But it is a long-term revolution. So my another mentor, who is physical world mentor, is Jonathan Fields. So in that, it is part of that. I know that. I don't know whether you somehow stumbled upon it or what. That was like, because I see this as for me, it becomes a case study also. So I am free and do whatever I do. So I keep analyzing things like this, just like that. People call me mental, but thing is, so that's why I was able to do that. So I want to know the whole story. Is it a short story or a long story? If you can answer this or offline, either ways is fine. But I want to know that story, and I'll just give you some more questions that I have, so that you pick which one's most we can finish, because time is also there. So pediatric holistic wellness, I'm very, very, very strongly connected to it from the holistic perspective as well, and connected to people as well. And in my own kids case, I've done it as well, so I have a little bit of eligibility to talk about it. And but yeah, so and then the story also, I want to know whether it is scripted or not. And the Thop story, I know Shravan Garu told me a little bit about it, but I want to know more details about it. How did you land about it, and was it scripted, and things like that? I want to know that. Now, I know that now it is about a year and a half journey to come to here, and the transitions and all that. But the final version, I want to know whether it is scripted or not. And now that I've seen the Vivekta has presented the kind of projects that are planned for an immediate future goal. So I wanted to ask, is there a collaboration that can happen? So now I can align it to that project of yours and ask probably. So I have to do a little bit of homework. But in general, I wanted to ask, like how Mana Rajgar Adgero for his university. I also come from a college here, not for University of Kentucky, which is too far away, but at least CBIT, which is very close. I want that for that. I have not spoken to them yet, but I think that at least I will be able to strike a chord with one of or few of the people there, and some gratitude I should give back to the place where I came from. It gave me so much. So these are some of those things that I wanted to ask for sure. So you guys tell me what.
Let us do the first question. Okay.
Okay.
Shivani, I think you should tell, because that you are the one who wrote our invocation and then it got modified, but you wrote the invocation. So I think you are the right person to tell how, why, and all of that.
Hello, Vijayendra sir. Thank you for asking this question. Like before that, I really loved your energy, the way you are talking, the way you are uh, appreciating what we are doing. It is like very big for us. So to start with like the story of invocation, like for every Thop talks, we use it to have prayer song at the starting. Like we use it to start every Thop talk with a prayer song. So then uh, like it is like it became like same for us, like uh the routine one for us. So as we are mad to make a difference, we thought of writing something about us, like something. Then
So,
Shravan sir suggested that yes sir.
so the song, what was the prayer song initially? Asatoma Sadgamaya.
Yes, ante any prayer song we use it to like sing to start the show, like the talk.
Okay.
So we thought of making something different out of that, and Shravan sir said like let us write our invocation. Uh, then like we talked about it many times, but one day, one fine day, Shravan sir was coming, like he was driving, he was going somewhere, and we were in a call, and he said like uh, what about the invocation? Then I immediately started writing, like started telling the sentences, uh, and like it made up like this is who we are a team, talented, energetic. So like it built up, like in that conversation we build up that sentences up to like the last one, and then like the raw draft of invocation uh, came out. And after that we are very transparent, and whatever we do, we talk with our team and take suggestions and add few things. Then this drafted invocation like we discussed in our team, and then few sentences got added, and then later like this started the invocation, like uh, so we have this like in schools we use it to assemble to have a prayer, and like before the day starts, right? So we also thought that this invocation would be the start of our day for the first 5 minutes, like of our day, from 7:55 to 8. So from them then we started telling this, and later like as our conversation like conversation started, like everything about this started. Later few sentences by Nivi, Rohit, and Chandan, and many other people like in our team, few of their sentences got added, and this is like today the invocation which is there is the whole invocation of our team. Like it built up and it will be building up. So that's the story of our invocation, Vijayendra sir. Thank you.
Vijayendra Anna, లేదంటే విజయ్ అన్న పర్లేదు. No sir, please, please.
Okay, okay, Anna.
So, so then I have a follow-up question. So, Shravanji, then in that case, why did you had an intervention to play in this from a prayer to a song to an invocation? So, what was your motivation behind this? Yeah, some story will be there, some small story.
See, we want to look at when we were doing this prayer, it was always a Hindu prayer, right? And we wanted to look at every person as a human being first. Caste, religion, nationality, all of them come later. Gender, whatever you want to call, come later.
Humanity.
We want to look at a person for who they are, not for who they were or who they will be. So we felt it was better for us to create our own invocation rather than take something from Hinduism or Muslims, Muslim religion or Christianity or any other person. Are we not connected to the same soul as everyone else is connected to? If we are, then we should be able to write our own invocation. And everyone believed in it, and that's how it is. That's how it got written. That's the story behind it.
So one more thing is a comment or an extension of this previously what I told as my Jonathan Fields mentor Evolution You. I'm asking this for seeking a collaboration or just getting your ideas on this thing while you guys are on the call. The thing is, my project that I'm trying to do right now help people to transform their current lifestyle, whatever that is, to a more holistic lifestyle driven by habit changes. So like what it will do is you will sleep better. So if you don't have a proper sleep, that is one of the fundamental things to health. That is part of a sadhana. You can call that sadhana or daily practice or a habit. For that sleep to happen properly, a few habits before, few habits after are needed to support that good sleep. So we are not guaranteeing good sleep, but that few habits before, few habits after, if we are able to change in their lifestyle, then good sleep is a byproduct. So that's what I mean by lifestyle change. We can't control the sleep, but we can control the small biscuits can be given for bigger things. So when I look at that, but to reach for these people, to reach people, because a lot of people have tried in a lot of ways, our approach is I'm taking this Revolution U, the framework that is given by one of my mentors. He give it out for free for the world. So intention behind that is to also you use it for good is the only recommendation request that he has made. So I'm taking the help. So from some of these youngsters, today we were supposed to meet Raghunandan, Sai, and Mohit. One my age, one couple of youngsters. So like, let's convert our projects or our ventures, startup ventures. Let us go through this framework. Right now we have this. It is tested because it's built multi-million-dollar business out of this, and he's talked to CEOs, they've transformed things. So this is tested. May not be timeless principles, but he has done some research. So that is one thing I wanted to request. If any of these things, you can wait for until how our use case is done, and then we anyways wanted to share it to the people. If that is something that is there, any venture, if people are taught this, it's just like a blueprint, but done at a Y level also at all stages, and done a bit of a deep analysis so that you understand it better, so the people whom you are trying to connect to will own that product or service. It is a journey for that, right? So I'll share that. You can consider that. So because my questions, specifically, even I have a question for Thop now. Why this story? Why the whole Ramayana is because Thop also is, when I look at it, when I look at those framework, you're actually doing that. Accidentally landing at it will also happen because intuition will drive. Someone did it also because Jonathan Fields did it out of intuition only. Intuition is connected to something else again that anyone can have anytime. So if I go by that also, you will anyways come there. This is something ready-made biscuit is there. If you want to eat it, you can eat it. Otherwise, we can build our own, we can go to the batter or to the biscuit. So another question is small question, but I think that I want to know the story of the Thop as well, because that is fundamental to how you are connecting to people, I guess, because the slang goes, I don't know, Thopara. I'm just telling in Telugu. You're saying, Aunra Nine Thop. It is until you're connecting to that level.
Yes.
Yes. So it is instilling that confidence that Aunra Nin Thop Aite Intanta, Aun Nin Thope. You're starting at that stage is a thing, right?
Yes.
That shift, if you go through this framework also, you will naturally land there. That will be part of your this thing. Ninadam. Aite Intanta. Even mad comes from there. So that is why
Yes.
Anyways, yeah. So that's one thing.
So
can I do the story of Thop as well, or is it going to take? It is 10:05 already. I know 10:30 is possible, but and it is late for you.
So Vivekta will tell the story about.
No, sir. I think Liddu Akka should tell. Then Andike rest.
She's not there.
Akka is there, sir.
No, she's not. I just checked.
Oh.
She is there, sir, but her name is at the end of her.
Oh, okay. She's there. Okay, Liddu, Lidvija, talk.
Liddu Akka.
See, she's not there. I was right.
Okay, so I'll tell the Thop story. So Thop anedi sir, we wanted to start talks anamata. Already like ESL Thop ESL anadi college lo UCT lo unnappudu we used to do talks. But lockdown వచ్చేసేసరికి like it all became online and ఈ సెషన్స్ కి ఒక పేరు ఇవ్వాలి అన్నట్టు అనుకున్నాం అనమాట. అండ్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు కూడా అట్ దట్ టైం అని కాదు, ఇప్పుడు కూడా లైక్ టెడ్ టాక్స్ ఇస్ అ థింగ్ కదా. టెడ్ టాక్స్ అని అన్నప్పుడు మంచి పరిగెత్తుకుంటూ వస్తారు. ఇట్స్ అ బ్రాండ్ విచ్ గాట్ క్రియేటెడ్ బై టెడ్. Not actually like that, but ante we wanted, because talks are those high level, we wanted to give it our own brand to it anamata. So ala we came up with Thop. And ante Thop is a word. Sare Deepthi, it's okay. And Thop is a word, నిజంగా లైక్ మీరు అన్నట్టు ఇట్లా ఆడతారు కదా, అరే నువ్వేమైనా తోపా అన్నట్టు వాడతారు కదా. ఐ థింక్ ఇట్ ఈస్ దట్, అంటే మేము ఆ సావేజ్ స్టాండ్ పాయింట్ నుంచే వచ్చాము. ఓకే, మా టాక్స్ తోప్ గా ఉంటాయి అనే స్టాండ్ పాయింట్ నుంచి వచ్చాము కాబట్టి దట్స్ హౌ అవర్ తోప్ టాక్స్ అనే బ్రాండ్ క్రియేట్ అయింది. తోప్ టాక్స్ నుంచి ఇంకా లైక్ తోప్ మా లైక్ ఇట్ జస్ట్ గాట్ బ్లెండెడ్ విత్ అస్ సో మచ్ దట్ ఇంకా ప్రతి ఒక్క దానికి స్టార్టెడ్ హ్యావింగ్ తోప్ ఇన్ ఫ్రంట్ ఆఫ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. సో అలానే తోప్ అబ్సెషన్స్, తోప్ మంత్లీ సెలబ్రేషన్స్, సో ఇంకా ఏది తీసుకున్నా కూడా వీఆర్ ఆల్సో తోపీస్ అని అన్నట్టు అనుకుంటాం, ఆర్ తోప్ టీమ్మేట్స్ ఆర్ ఎనీథింగ్ లైక్ దట్. సో ఇంకా అట్లా లైక్ వీ హ్యావ్ తోప్ టు ఎవ్రీథింగ్ వీ హ్యావ్. సో ఇట్స్ అ బ్రాండ్ విచ్ వీఆర్ క్రియేటింగ్ ఫర్ us.
So Vivikta, you explained it really well, and the way Vivikta captures also in her book, Vijayendra, the whole story which you heard is actually going to come out as a book called Thop Murmurations book. We are expecting that book will be a leadership book, a book on for corporations and organizations and institutions to work in a sustainable way and work in a way of using values. So again, how can a 19-year-old girl write about things like that? She can, because she's connected to the same soul as everyone else is connected. Just because she's 30 years younger than someone doesn't mean that older person knows a lot more than she does, right? So the Thop is, when you look at KFC, I mean 3 letters, KFC. Why is it so great? KFC is such a great brand. Apple, Domino's. I mean, what is there in that name, Domino's? I mean, it's a game. It's nothing to do with a pizza, or it's nothing to do with cheese, or it's nothing to do with dough. It's nothing to do with anything. So it is, anything can be a brand. Can you tell your story, or do you want CNN to tell your story, or do you want someone else to tell your story? How can someone else tell your story better than you are? There is no way another person can tell your story better than you are. So you have to tell your story. Right now, about 90% of the information that Indians get is from companies that are headquartered in US. About 5% of the information that Indians get is from companies that are headquartered in Europe. So why would American companies think about India? American companies will think about Americans. So it is really important for individuals to tell their story, individuals to create their own brand. It is important for India to create its own brand, and these young people should understand how a brand gets created. If KFC can be a brand, why can't Thop be a brand? Who said Thop cannot be a brand, right? So we wanted to take a word which is sarcastically used and make it a global brand. And we want to do it, deliberately, to show to the world that we are doing it and we will do it. And so we are doing that. Again, this is all, you have this belief, this story creation is what every human being wants, I believe. This is our nature, a human nature. But somehow that human nature has been suppressed or shackled over time. Somehow we shackled it. So we are unleashing that right now through our ecosystem. And Thop is a way we are using to unleash that inner potential, or that reveal that every human being wants to happen. So we're using this one word, Thop, to make that happen. Go ahead, Apurva. Sorry, maybe I.
Yeah, I think the how it started అనేది ఇంకా చెప్పలేదేమో. Though I don't have a lot of info about it, but Shravan sir is alumni of OUCT and he wants to give back to India in some or other way. And sir has tried it through. I mean, he went to villages and he thought whether he can help them in some or other way. But he found that. Empowering students is the most important thing now the world needs. So 4 years back, he wanted to with a vision to give back to the country. He started off with OUCT, and there the two young starlings who got excited with this idea, Vinayanna and Nikhilanna, just embraced it. Ante loved the idea and started having conversations with sir and all. And then slowly as years passed, all of us joined to that journey. And the journey is becoming more interesting, more beautiful day by day, with the addition of starlings and all. So it started off with just an idea, and it created a big we can say this is our Thop universe, where it is the culture we have created for ourselves. Every little thing we framed for ourselves is so special for all of us, because all of us has done it with so much love. We have put a lot of time, effort, and మేమందరం చేసేది ఒకటైతే శ్రవణ్ సార్ he told us it is equal. All of our energy is equal to that one man, Shravan sir, there. Every time, I don't know how sir remembers, how sir ante నిజంగా నా పనులు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవడానికి I struggle a lot, but sir will remember everything what team members has to do, and he will be constantly speaking, constantly in calls. And I don't know sir when sir sleeps, when sir eats and all. He'll be available for us in the daytime, he'll be available for us in the night time, at any time. Sir is it's just, I don't know, he's a superhuman being. So his energy, enthusiasm, persistence is driving us, and we doing it with heart is another add point. So ikkada, all of us Thop team, none of the teammate does anything with అంటే force తో అలా ఏం ఉండదు. Everyone does it with lot of passion and lot of ishtam towards what we have to do. చేయాలి. Shravan sir, we want you on video.
సార్ మీరు ఆఫ్ చేసుకుంటే ఎలా సార్? No, that's not fair.
And mentors support to this, how we build our network. Geeta ma'am, Meena ma'am, AN sir, వాళ్ళందరూ ఈ జర్నీలో పార్ట్ అయ్యి, they believing in Shravan sir, they believing in us and taking our journey to next level. And now parents are also going to step in. Yes, Geeta ma'am. So this is a world of happiness, I can say. In one word.
Apurva. completely went, this is about you, not me. So
Yes, that's what I said.
So you're talking.
Sir, it starts with you only, sir. మేము just starting to చెప్తాం, అంటే you were just coming back.
It's all about us. It's all about us. That's what I said. It's all about us.
You are you in the hour.
O-U-R, you.
Yeah.
So, so Vijayendra, are you completely confused now? I hope you are.
నో అంటే నాకు మన పూర్వ చెప్పింది మీ గురించి ద స్టోరీ ఆఫ్ యువర్ ఎఫర్ట్ ఇన్ ద విలేజ్ అండ్ ఇది వన్ ఆఫ్ ది ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ లో నేను చూసాను. సో నాకు కొంచెం కనెక్ట్ అయింది. అండ్ నా నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ వాజ్ లక్కీలీ కనెక్టెడ్ టు దిస్, దట్ ఈస్ ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ గీతా గారు మీరు ఎందుకు ఇలా ఎందుకు వీళ్ళతోటే ఎందుకు అసలు why, what, how, and because there is so many things to say no, so many things to find out and do otherwise. Even if you're financially free, you can no hobbies pick change. Why this, why? And that in that parents gurinchi kuda naku question undi, how are you able to get them on board? నేను ఒకటి చూసాను that you are sharing to parents a video so that they can understand what their kids are doing. So that there could have been everything would have been a journey. Naku in a nutshell I'm trying to get that mentors is one very important part. Naku ardham chesukovalanipichindi. Who are the influencers who are getting these people to believe that they are top? అది అంత ఈజీ అయితే కాదు. ఇది మాత్రం ఈ అంతవరకు అయితే నేను మనస్ఫూర్తిగా చెప్పగలను. Wholeheartedly I can say from the hand on my heart that it's not easy to convert today's kids who are especially in so much of over information crowded and noisy place and get their attention and tell them that they are really top, which is the fact, whether whatever language you're using. But who gets motivated to do this and why? So whoever is there, that guiding force is there. I want to really understand who is there, why are they doing it, and then of course I'm grateful to their effort because I am not doing it. I'm glad you're doing it. At least it is my next phase after this health thing, that is where, but you've taken a start, so I have to now come and bow down to you and then yeah, in reverence I think I should bow down to you for the effort that you put.
No. Let first of all, no, please do not even. I am totally excited about you. I am so I want to hear your story and learn from you a lot, Vijayendra. But before that, I'll answer some of your questions, but let Vivikta and Geeta go. After that, I'll answer some of the things which you talked about. Go ahead, Vivikta.
Geeta ma'am, I think you should go first.
Okay. Well, Vijay, you hit the nail on the head. This is tough, right? Drawing people into something like this is very difficult. Even if you're aligned on the outside, it's hard to buy into something like this. Yes. And I can tell you, Shravan is my classmate. He has been courting me for this, or us, a bunch of others too, to join this beautiful world for 4 years, I'll say. 4 years ago, 5 years ago, he started this. Then I was not mentally in a place, and I was stupid for not recognizing it at that time. But the time came 2 years ago. He said, okay, and maneledu what, and it's all Shravan, I tell you. He is the influencer here. So he kept calling. He calls, he's very persistent, and the way he does it, it's that love that you speak of. It comes from inside, and Shravan is very unique. And I'm not here to flatter Shravan, but I want you to get a picture of how he is. What you see is what you get. A kalmashan lakunda, he's just all love. And so he kept calling, and then he said, Geeta, you should do this. Somehow I got involved in a very small way. I just dipped my toe into this world and I experienced it. I think that is what convinces people here. All the words we use are good pointers. They give you some description, right? Through your journey, it's intellectual understanding. But until you start experiencing it, you are not convinced, you cannot convince others. Even others need to get convinced. They have to be open to entering this world and trying it out. So once I entered this, and I always say this, I think the kids are probably tired of listening to this, but I mean it. We as mentors, I as a mentor get so much more out of this. It's how I feel when I come to the calls, the obsession calls, or whatever event excuse me, the children are doing. I get so much more, and it is hard to explain, Vijay. So, and you are getting a slight taste of that now. But last 2 years, what I have experienced. So that's why we come. And then, of course, the gratitude mindset, learning mindset, with which the children are talking about, these youngsters are talking about, we're totally aligned with that, and being happy, happiness being the ultimate goal. But how do you be happy? It's through your actions, little bit that you do every day. So that's how the mentors are getting sold, one at a time or one day at a time. So for me, that's my reason. That's my why for being here.
Wow, Geeta ma'am, so beautifully expressed. నేను అందుకే మిమ్మల్ని ముందెళ్ళమన్నా. సో విజేంద్ర అన్న, లైక్ వీళ్ళకి ఇస్తే సెషన్ వాళ్ళు అట్లానే మా మీదే తోసేస్తూ ఉంటారు. బట్ ద యాక్చువల్ థింగ్ ఇస్ వెన్ ఇట్ కమ్స్ టు, అంటే వాట్ ఐ ఫీల్ దేర్ వై ఇస్, వెన్ ఇట్ కమ్స్ టు శ్రవణ్ సార్, నాకు ఐఎమ్ ఎక్స్పెక్టింగ్ సార్ విల్ టెల్ దిస్ ఆన్సర్. సార్ వాంట్స్ టు సీ the world as a very better place for his own children అని ఆన్సర్ చెప్తారు సార్. బట్ అంటే what we feel is this is something like Appu said, this is something which people in foreign, staying in foreign, they అంటే like ఇండియాకి ఎలా రిటర్న్ ఇవ్వాలి అని అనుకున్నప్పుడు they think it is only money, but no one thinks about intellectual knowledge, intellectual wisdom or emotional wisdom. But ante sir has gone through that journey, and ante then sir figured out that Indian youth ni empower cheyam how important it is. And it is not through money, because money anedi it is a byproduct of whatever we do. Money kante kuda what is more valuable is that intellectual wisdom and that emotional well-being part, which is being ignored since many years, India especially. And that is how we ante that emotional well-being, and that sometimes our teenage lo kuda we need that personal attention from people, right? To ante to have those people who can really understand us and maybe guide us also in a certain way to reach our goals. That part, that was ante sir saw that was lacking in us, and that's how sir started supporting us. And that is the main thing which kept us hooked till 4.5 years ఇప్పుడు అనుకోవచ్చు. And ante like winning hearts of other people, అంటే మనం ఉండేదే, we are living for this, right? అంటే that studying అనేది it can be done anytime. That is what I feel. It can be done anytime if you are emotionally well, emotionally happy and emotionally content with your life. So ala like sir started concentrating more on that part. And until like in that process we learned whatever confidence I have now. ఇదే నన్ను ఒక 1.5 year back అడుగుంటే I wouldn't have been answering this confidently. But whatever confidence I have now, or whatever attitude I have now towards life, ఇంతకు ముందు అడిగినప్పుడు కూడా I was so stressed. అసలు ఎందుకంత స్ట్రెస్ తీసుకున్నారో అర్థం కావట్లేదు. I really got transformed from that stage to this stage, wherein I'm like, okay, ఇంకా లైఫ్ లో ఏది వచ్చినా I can handle it అనే కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ levels. And also really looking beauty in each and everything. ఇప్పుడు పేరెంట్స్ దగ్గర కూడా like as I said, as teenagers we unconsciously or consciously we neglect many things and we take things for granted. But now I'm just observing myself consciously and looking after things, and like just being conscious of everything. That is another thing. And like Geeta ma'am said, ఆ ఎనర్జీ అనేది మాకు కూడా మెంటర్స్ దగ్గర నుంచి వస్తుంది. అండ్ లైక్ మెంటర్స్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్సెస్, మెంటర్స్ అంటే కేర్ ఫర్ అస్ ఇస్ వాట్ just ante again that is also one thing which kept us hooked for these many years, these many times. Because ఇప్పుడు మనకి అంటే we kind of became like that, అంటే లాభం ఉంటేనే ఉంటాం అనే కైండ్ ఆఫ్ స్టేజ్ కి, అంటే యాజ్ హ్యూమన్ కైండ్ మనం ఆ స్టేజ్ కి వచ్చేసాం. బట్ వీఆర్ నాట్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ దట్ హౌ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ టు లుక్ ఆఫ్టర్ పీపుల్ అరౌండ్ అస్ అన్నట్టు. అండ్ మనం ఎంత పైకి ఎదిగినా కూడా ఇట్ ఈస్ ద పీపుల్ హూ విల్ ఆల్వేస్ స్టే విత్ అస్. ఇట్ ఈస్ దట్ లవ్ విచ్ విల్ ఆల్వేస్ బీ విత్ అస్ అన్నట్టు. సో అంటే like bringing attention to those things is more important, and that's what our mentors and Shravan sir are doing it together. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivekta. Shivani?
Yes, sir. Like, I want to add few sentences here, like as everyone are expressing. So, like, what happens most of the times is like people don't care about others. Like they don't take time to know about others, or to care about them, or to respect them. Like parents or anybody like who is superior will always try to take control, to charge, like to have control over other people. So in our system, uh, uh, like we believe, and Shavansa has started that everyone is special, everyone is important, and it is important to care for each other, and it is important to say I am here for you. నేను ఉన్నా నీకు, నీ వెంటే ఉన్నా. You just do whatever you want to do. I am here for you. And it is just that simple thing which will like drive us. You need not have any money, you need not have any like other things. Just by saying I believe in you, people start doing like whatever they want to do. Just like they will start, like we have started just by Shavan sir, like when he has started doing this, he started like that appreciation part, saying I am here for you, and just believing in us has made us like to be ourselves. Just be ourselves. Name Shivani, and I will be Shivani. That's it. So like that emotional well-being, and giving others like what they want, and saying that you are important, you are special, you are top, and seeing beauty in every little thing is like the thing which drives us every day. And we tell to each other that we are there for each other, like I am here for you. Thank you sir for listening.
Wow, Shivani. Thank you. Oh my God, I don't want to call anyone's names anymore. Deepti, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So I know we are crossing our time. It's 10:30, but I really want to share for 2 minutes. So team, please give me 2 minutes. Everyone have expressed so beautifully. Thank you, Vijayendra, for asking those questions. Actually, ante meer questions అడగడం వల్లే we are enjoying our power again. We know, though we know them already, but మళ్ళీ చెప్తా ఉంటే మళ్ళీ ఆ పవర్ ఎంత బాగుంది అంటే ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ ఎంజాయింగ్ లిజనింగ్ ఆల్ ది థాట్స్ అన్నమాట. సో వెల్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్డ్. అండ్ ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్సర్ ఎవరు అన్నట్టు అడిగారు కదన్నా మీరు. ఐ జస్ట్ వాంటెడ్ టు మెన్షన్ దిస్. అంటే శ్రవణ్ సార్ ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళినా మా గురించి ఆలోచిస్తారు. అంటే సార్ ఎప్పుడు ఇలా చెప్తారు, అసలు ఫంక్షన్స్కి వెళ్ళడం ఇష్టం ఉండదు సార్కి, బట్ అక్కడికి వెళ్ళి కూడా అక్కడ కనిపించిన ప్రతి వ్యక్తికి చెప్పేది తోపీసల గురించి. విన్నా వినకపోయినా పక్కన కూర్చోబెట్టి కనిపించిన వాళ్ళందరికీ చెప్తూ ఉంటారు. అండ్ దట్స్ హౌ వీ హ్యావ్ బిల్డ్ ఇంత పెద్ద కనెక్షన్స్. అంటే సార్ వచ్చినప్పుడు సార్ మెన్షన్ దిస్ మెనీ టైమ్స్, అంటే లైక్ ఒక్కరే ఒకరు తెలుసు ఇండియాలో. ఒక్కరి నుంచి ఇప్పుడు అరౌండ్ 50 members కి వెళ్ళాము అంటే రియల్లీ ఎంత మందికి చెప్పుంటే ఆ 50 members వచ్చారు అన్నట్టు. ఐ మీన్ అంటే ఇలాంటి గుడ్ థింగ్స్ ని స్ప్రెడ్ చేసినప్పుడు వెరీ లెస్ పీపుల్ విల్ షో ద ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఇన్ జాయినింగ్ ఆర్ గివింగ్ అటెన్షన్ టు దెమ్ అలా కదా. సో 50 మెంబర్స్ అయ్యారు అంటే ఎంత మందికి మా స్టోరీ చెప్పి ఉంటారు. అండ్ ఐ రియలీ లవ్ ద వే శ్రవణ్ సార్ సేస్ ఆర్ స్టోరీ. అంటే వి విల్ సే ఎవరు మాకంటే మంచిగా స్టోరీ చెప్తారు అని అంటారు, కానీ నాకంటే ఎక్కువ మంచిగా స్టోరీ శ్రవణ్ సార్ చెప్తారు నా గురించి అయితే. ఐ డోంట్ నో అదర్స్ సే ఆర్ నాట్. అంటే ఇండివిజువల్ గా లైక్ సార్ టేక్స్ దట్ ఆపర్చునిటీ. ఎక్కడ ఛాన్స్ దొరికితే అక్కడ హీ జస్ట్ టెల్ అబౌట్ అస్. అంటే ఇంకా సిచ్యువేషన్ కూడా కరెక్ట్ గా చూసుకుంటారు. ఎలా అంటే ఐ డోంట్ నో అలా చూసుకుంటారా లేదా ఆటోమేటిక్ గా అలా వస్తుందా, బట్ యూనివర్స్ కన్స్పైర్డ్ అన్నట్టు అంటాం కదా, ఎవ్రీ సిచ్యువేషన్ లో అది అలా అయిపోతుంది అనమాట. అండ్ ఇంకా అంతకంటే పెద్ద ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్సర్ లైక్ ఫ్రమ్ వేర్ విల్ గెట్ that I just wanted to answer, and thank you for 3 minutes, extra 3 minutes.
Thank you. I want to tell Vijayendra, first of all, thank you so much for listening to all of these people saying whatever they are saying. Can you do one thing, Vivikta? Can you put that picture of Nivi's book on the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want to tell you something.
1 minute, sir. I'll do it.
So you said something about revolutionary, Vijayendra. So I want to talk to you about that. That is one of our big words in which we are working on, because everything starts with a word, right? An idea is a word. An idea with the flow of money creates the physical reality. The physical reality which you see all around you was an idea first, and then with flow of money gets created into a physical reality. Okay, so you see the book, Vijayendra, Nivi's version, Let's Be the Change, a Revolutionary's Handbook. It just got completed yesterday, and I am working on, I'm actually reviewing it right now. So you can see the word revolution is in that. This was, this word came into our lives because of Apurva. Apurva said, I want to be a revolutionary. This was a year ago, or year and couple of months ago, I think. And I was like thinking, 18-year-old girl saying, I am a revolutionary. It just completely, I was like so affected by that word, and by a 18-year-old girl saying it. It just said, oh my God, is it possible that we can create revolutionaries here? And so that word sparked so much over the last 1 year and 3 months.
I think you didn't say it, sorry to interrupt, but you are creating revolutionaries only. There is no, and let's not, I mean, from my experience, very honestly, I'm telling you, there is only that what is happening. You probably didn't call it. That is why it came through Apurva. That let us call that. Otherwise, how will they feel it? That concept, if they're not, how will that enter into the consciousness? Anyways, so sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. So, so now these girls, when we started this concept, probably January of 2021 is when I think this word came into existence. And then and these girls really took it on. And we started a group called Let's Be the Change in December of 2020. And we have no idea. It just happened to be a group for 4 girls. Vivikta, Apurva, Deepthi, and Nivedita. And we have no idea, it all like, I always believe that universe or God or whatever it is bring some things. You're a pipeline, right? You are not, it happens through you. And we somehow felt like somehow it happened on that particular day in December. We decided to create a group called Let's Be the Change. And that group, and within a month, the word revolution came into the world. And these girls really embodied that word revolutionary. And and then we started, then like a month ago, I said, you guys need to write the book called Let's Be the Change, a Revolutionary's Handbook. I asked each one to write, all 4 of them to write the book, each one in their own words, because we wanted to, why should a revolutionary, as soon as we think about revolutionary, we think Bhagat Singh, we think Mahatma Gandhi, but a revolutionary can be you. Just because a media attention went to one person doesn't mean that person is the only revolutionary. There are probably a million revolutionaries which were there before Gandhi. Just it didn't happen. The media attention didn't follow them. But not that they were not. And there was no internet. There was no way to tell some of the stories. So we decided that it is important to tell these girls' stories who are doing incredible work, incredible things, and call them revolutionaries. So that way, their stories will get more traction. Otherwise, we just say Nivi's story. Who is going to think? No one. But we say, let's be the change. A revolutionary's handbook. Now it's like, wow, what is it? What is this revolutionary? Who is this revolutionary? What is a handbook for a revolutionary? We never heard of it. So now you are creating that enthusiasm. And then once people see an 18-year-old girl can do this many magical things, then ordinary other girls, other boys will start believing in themselves. And then that is where I believe the new India, which has already started happening through all of you, is going to get better and better. Because we cannot create a new India through the old format, through old eyes, through old thought process. A new format like Vivikta did, when she looked at the whole thing and said, how can I do it in 20 minutes? She had to throw away all the ideas of the Esther years, like one whole year. She had to throw all of those ideas to the side and come up with a completely new format for, to make that happen. So the same thing has to happen here. Is this generation has to throw away all the ideas of useless ideas which we have, which every generation has some useless ideas. Every generation has some good ideas. So each generation has to be strong in themselves, saying, yes, there are some stupid ideas of the past. We are going to throw them out. Yes, there are some beautiful ideas of the past, which we are going to take it on. And we will create our own, world in our own way we want it. It doesn't mean you are being disrespectful of the past. It is saying, hey, this is who we are. We are standing for ourselves. That also can mean that you are being respectful of the of the previous generation, right? Saying how strong, the more strong you are, the more open you are, or the more you are willing to be yourself, shows the previous generation. In a way, you are respecting the previous generation by being that. By being weak, how can you say you are respecting the previous generation? In fact, you're telling the previous generation you didn't do a good job. By being strong, you're actually telling the previous generation, you did a good job, right? So that kind of storytelling has to happen. Not saying, oh, you know what, if you are respectful of me, you have to do everything I say. That is not real respect. That is just, not even using your brain, just doing. So these girls, these boys are doing it. They are saying, we are going to stand for ourselves. We are going to live our life the way we want to live. And we are proud to do it. Yeah. So this book is going to come out very soon, Vijayendra. I'm reviewing it right now. I believe this book and some of the other books that are going to come out in the next few years, in the next year, actually this year and next year, we are thinking about reaching out to the many multinational companies and asking them to give it as a Diwali. They give sweets as Diwali gift, right? We are going to say, hey, give Nivi's version. Let's be the change, a revolutionary's handbook as a gift for Diwali. So that way their employees, the employees' children, their families can get inspired. So we think we have a very good chance of telling that. And, so revolution, which you talked about, can you see how it is happening? So you are somehow tapping into what we are already doing, Vijayendra. And another thing which, I learned a long time ago when I was 26, 27, is if I can be happy about other people's accomplishments, I can be happy every single day because someone is accomplishing something everywhere, right? So I started training my mind to be happy about everyone's accomplishment. And, it became like when I got married at 29, everything my wife did was magical to me. Everything my wife accomplished was my accomplishment. So the same thing with children. And when when Sunita was pregnant with Sai, I wrote down all the things I wanted to teach him. And when Sai came and I held him, I realized Sai came to teach me. It was so clear in my head. Sai came to teach me. And I tore away that paper and I told myself, I'm going to learn from him. And I did. I learned so much from him. So, and then when I'm talking with all of these people, I'm constantly being very respectful to every one of them. I have always made sure that I am really listening to them. I am really, really trying my very best to, keep their identity their way, not impose my identity in any way. Because what is the use if I impose my identity, then I won't be really learning anything, right? It is not fun at all. Yes, it is uncomfortable sometimes when, when someone expresses an opinion which is way different than mine, but that is up to me. That discomfort is in me, not in the other person. So I have to learn how to accept that difference of opinion and learn from that. When two people can connect, something magic happens. When I am by myself, I have certain things. When Sunita and I talk, completely we come up with thoughts which we have not even thought of before. Same thing here. When I'm talking with Vivikta, Apurva, or anyone, we start off with certain thought process. But suddenly Vivikta and I might be talking and suddenly we will be coming up with an idea which both of us never thought of before. And that is the beauty of collaboration. That magic happens. And so this is what we do in Thop is that respect we give to each other all the time. That respect has created all these books. I mean, when you look at these books, when we started writing this book, the first time when the book was being written, I remember many people, some of the people telling me, not many, many is a complicated word. You don't know what many is, right? But you can always use some. So some people said, Shravan, they don't even know how to write proper English. Why are you making them write books? I said, hey, there, we're just writing something. Whatever we write, it will at least improve their English a little bit, and writing their skills will improve. And slowly, their expression just exploded. And when I look at their books, at their write-ups, it's just totally fantastic. So if that idea of books which came through, if we had not allowed it to blossom, all of these things would not be there. Now there is a chance that these books will be read by thousands and thousands of people now. And I read these books. I have read every one of their books at least 2 or 3 or 4 times. And I am a very book, and I've read lot of books. And I can tell you, these books are really good. And so these small things which we have done over time have created this, what you see has happened, what you see. So anyway, I don't know. I think this was way too much for you, probably, Vijayendra. Maybe you didn't want all of this, but we gave much more than you asked for.
I wanted all of this and more. Now I have a lot more questions, but the time has run out. I think it is very late in the time, and so I do want to understand a lot more things, because the thing is, now that you've given me one biscuit, that is, which I really like, that is, you're also open for collaborations for something else. So now, I keep seeing problems and solutions everywhere, and then if the right collaborations happen, they happen magically. We don't have to. There is a worry or there is a fear between a problem and a solution. As a hacker, I can put that aside and go close to what is there, and there is always a solution next to a problem. It's just that you should not be afraid of it. Whether it is as they say, right, Raju Sarpadosha, whether it is a snake or a rope, you will not know until you throw the light or go close to it and examine. That fear is people have to lose, and then things will be clear, and things like that. So I do want to, when we are talking, I do want to understand your journey through this, and also your journey of not at a very overview level, at slightly a little detail. As a brother, I want to ask you and understand more, because I think it will help me and the cause that I'm working for, and also request you and the mentors team and a few students who can to attend. If someone is in Hyderabad, great, one of the mentors, then that way it can be relayed, and one of the students or a few students, they're welcome to attend. We're doing a monthly consciousness living workshops, was the reason why we started meeting. But there are people like at the mentor or the acharya or a guru stage, to people who are co-creating, and the people who want to get inspired. All of these people, it naturally turned out that let's meet once a week, and then let's share our concerns together, introduce, and I thought, because this and naturally some concerns are coming out of that, and projects or focus groups can be there, but through, I'm just using the term, like through hackathons where problems are being solved and the right people are there, no problem will seem big enough, because someone's problem is someone's solution, and it's just a matter of waiting for it to be discovered like that. So these collaborations, because I can just tell some examples within these 2 weeks what happened. It is someone is struggling for 2.5 years for that, and it's just like that it is happening. So it is those things, but the thing is, people who are aligned will create a resonance, and an exponential impact will happen. Someone who believes in digging a well so that everyone can drink. So we are co-located in a way. If we start with Hyderabad, co-located, and let's connect, co-create, and enjoy the process. It should be out of the love of the journey, because it has to be permanent. It cannot be just for a goal of just reaching somewhere, then it stops there. And then where are we going from there? Because there'll be always problems. There'll be always conscious people looking for like-minded people and connecting with them. Somewhere my kids have to grow up. Whom do I send it? Like, we need a whole society to grow up my kids. I want Apurva to be their sister, and help them to. And then I want Vivikta, I want Nikhil. All of these people is whom they will look up to. Of course, they will look up to Shravanji, but tomorrow they can play with Nikhil and Vivikta, and that is how it should be done. And I can't build in silos. I can't raise my feet. I can't leave the world like this. And then and yes, a universe should start somewhere, and then that will give hope. And the key thing that you have transmitted to these kids, from what I understand, is hope, dhairyam. Dhairya Lakshmi is something that is needed, because then resources will come. First, you should have the courage. Then you will start thinking about the solution. Okay, come on, let's keep aside just the obstacles. Let's go ahead. Like what even Abdul Kalam has said, there should be that indomitable spirit. You should have the willingness to cross the problems which will come your way. Then solution will automatically, magic will happen. So yeah, I think from my side at this stage, I think there is a lot more that I wanted to discuss, but I wanted to respect my time. If you're okay, then we can continue. But I think for now it's enough. From my side, I'm happy.
First of
And
all, definitely, all the words you're using, we use the same words, by the way. Resonance is one of the words we just started using, and use that word.
Right.
Co-create, collaborate, all of those words we use all the time. I want to tell one example, and then I end up right now. I want to talk about Meena Ravindran Garu, who is in the call right now. She is one of the women I look up to a lot. She is my support, big support. There are always some problems that come up, right? And you need, at that time, you need someone to hold your hand. You saying, I am here for you, like Shivani was saying. And Meena Ravindran Garu has been that for me in the last 4 years. There were certain times where I was thinking, why am I doing this journey? I can't handle this anymore. This is too much for me. I have a good life in US. Why should I go do this, in India when they are not even interested? Why am I forcing it? All kinds of things, you just feel like giving up. And Meena Ravindran Garu has been, listened to me and said, she believed in me. She really believed in me. And when there were certain things which happened, I don't want to go into all the details. Many of the young people know, they can tell you later. She was right next to me, and she said, she supported me all the way. And I don't know what would have happened to Topisan if she had not supported. But that wasn't that. It really, really helped me. It took me to the next level. I said, oh, I can do this now. So thank you, Meena Garu. I have not forgotten. I will never forget, and I'll never forget. And everything I do see in the last, especially a year, over a year, is, I see your hand in it. Thank you. So
And Meena ji is in Hyderabad.
Yes.
So what Vijayendra is talking about?
Oh, wonderful.
Yes. So
Yes.
the meetings can
And
happen.
she's also friend of. She also knows Dr. TPS Garu, Gada.
Yes.
So TPS Garu and I were discussing yesterday, and she told Meena ji was the person who connected them. So
Who?
TPS Garu is like my guru or mentor.
Who's that, Vijayendra?
Dr. TPS.
Oh, yeah. Shashi Garu has given lecture to Thop also.
Yes. He has given
Yes.
a talk to us.
I heard it.
Yeah.
So Vijayendra, you are an
That's what
amazing.
like-minded people somehow or the other will end up together.
Yes.
Alok was another guy who we met up. No, I didn't bring Alok into the group. He came in from somewhere else, but he's a very close friend of mine. Yeah.
Ma'am, also Medha ma'am.
Yeah, Medha.
Thank you, Vijayendra.
From my side, I think
you have been so I mean, at such a young age, what you are doing and the way you listened, the way you made us all talk, we didn't expect this to happen. We all, obviously we wanted to. We were just thinking we'll tell our story, you'll tell your story, we'll learn something and go. But you made us go into places which we were not expecting. At least I didn't expect. And thank you all for making me blush, making me, making tears come out of my eyes. So thank you all. Bye everyone. I better leave.
Sir, one minute. We have a
Very
gratitude.
grateful.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So, thank you so much, Vijayendra Anna and Rajeshwar Anna, for coming and listening to all of us. The way you approached and felt excited to know our story is what we loved the most. Thank you for spending your time and also telling your story to all of us. Your questions, your suggestions, and your doubts made all of us admire you the most. So, gratitude, team. Thank you.
The pleasure is all mine, and thank you everyone for doing this, because anyone who is doing this is making my job easier, because it is, I mean, truly, because if everyone is following their passion and aligning to their swabhava and swadharma and skills and energies, or embracing their ikigai, that one less person I have to work towards. So, and then they will also join.
No,
So
plus you got so many
building-
hands and minds. You got so many messengers.
Yes.